seconds.
Why do you do burpees in the beginning? Welcome to Vancity Health's fitness class reviews, where we're going to not just the best, but every single fitness class in and around Vancouver. Today we're at F45 in False Creek, and we're taking their Checkmate class, which is a hybrid of a strength and cardio class. And as we do the reviews, we're gonna give a sweat score at the very end, so stay tuned and let's go check it out.
Now we have the resistance.
My core is cramping earlier.
Burpees in 12 seconds.
Why do you do burpees in the beginning? This is just cardio. There's no strength. You know, after the runner's high, you just feel like puking.
Can you throw up on the phone?
All right, review time. We're gonna be going over if it was beginner friendly, what the vibes and music were like, what the space was like, so the ambiance, the cleanliness, the instructors, as well as who we'd recommend it to. And to finish it all off, we'll give a sweat score at the very end, and that'll be a combination of how sweaty we get, and then just overall how difficult the class was. In terms of the beginner friendliness, if you haven't exercised before, I'd say some of the exercises might be a little tough to do, like a dumbbell snatch. One of the pods was a mix of cardio and strength. There was a complete strength circuit and then a complete cardio circuit. And if you're new to exercise, you might overpace yourself. That's exactly what I did. I was gassed within 5 minutes. In terms of beginner friendliness, I wouldn't recommend it if you're absolutely new to exercising, but if you have a bit of a background, I'd say it's great if you know some basic movements like a squat, you've been in the gym a few times, or you've been to some other fitness classes. When it gets to vibes, it was pretty bumping in there. EDM bangers. I think they start off with Rude Boy by Rihanna, and it was like we were in the Super Bowl all over again. In terms of the space, it can get pretty crowded in there. You are split into 3 different sections, so the cardio section, the strength section, and then that hybrid section. Especially if you're doing burpees in the third pod, it can be just a little bit crammed. In terms of cleanliness, because you're doing just circuits, you're rotating through the equipment, so there isn't a lot of time to sanitize or clean the equipment. I'm super sweaty in the back, and I was on a ball doing crunches, and then there's no one really wiping my sweat off for the next person. For the instructors, we had Shelly and Christian, and I think both were really energetic. Might not get that everywhere, but these two were quick to jump in for form, take some videos here and there just to promote their F45 Instagram channel, and even just to pump you up. I'd come back to their class anytime. In terms of who I'd recommend this class to, if you've been to a few fitness classes before, or you have a background in a sport, you should know some of these functional movements to get you through, and then ideally you're good at pacing and not totally blowing your load right off the beginning like I did. And then the rest of the class was just awful. I think in a hybrid section, I thought there was only 2 rounds, but there's actually 4 rounds. Then Christian came up to me and was like, there's 2 more rounds. And I was gassed because I gave everything for burpees. And they put burpees in the middle, which is insane. There was burpees in the warm-up, and then there was burpees later on. That will just gas you out. Doesn't matter who you are. In the cardio section, there's actually rowing machines. I haven't rowed in a long time, but I think my one caveat is the rowing videos. There's videos for all the different exercises. I wouldn't say it's the most correct form on how to row. That's just like one little nitpick because I have a bit of a rowing background. Someone who leans towards more of a sprint athlete, more like an explosive athlete, I thought this was a fairly challenging class. As you can see, I'm pretty drenched, and I think Shelly and Christian pumping you up a little bit and pumping out the rest of the class definitely added to some of the exertion. With a lot of these fitness classes, it's pretty self-paced, so how hard it's going to be is how hard you push yourself. I think I did a pretty good job burning myself at the beginning, trying to catch my breath, went through that hybrid circuit that absolutely gassed me, and then I was able to give it one final push at the end. So I had a pretty decent workout today, and I will give it a sweat score of 7.7. Can't wait to see what else is out there, and if you know of any other classes you think might not be easy to find or might not be common knowledge, let us know below, and we'll see you next time.